Greetings. Welcome to day 29 of Anthony John's 31 Days of Tarot Challenge 2019. Today's question is, how do you feel about tarot deck modification? Do you draw on your decks, trim the borders, or is it a no-go for you and why? Well, I have to say, when I first came on tarot reading, I think tarot on YouTube and started looking into the tarot community videos. I think for a long time, for the years that I've been on Facebook, most of the watching I was doing what we call the pagan community or the witchy community or whatever you want to call it. And some people read tarot, but they really didn't post a lot of tarot videos. And as I was posting more and more tarot videos on my channel, I made it a point to try to seek out some other people, looking for people in the tarot community itself. I found that was really a separate community. So I started to, pick up a lot of subscriptions to some of the channels that were just, tarot, and a lot of them were, the tarot collectors, the deck collectors who have hundreds of decks. But I think the first person I ever saw to actually modify a deck was probably Simon over at Herman's Cave. And I have to say, I was like horrified. I was horrified at the thought. Like, why would you do that? Was my thinking. Why would you do that? Well, and he started cutting out the borders of cards. And, or edging the color with the, edging the cards. Well, I see now, again, I was really, sheltered. I didn't really have my information like this. This is a good lesson for us. We shouldn't make judgments until we are walking in people's shoes. It wasn't until I started getting some of these decks that I just shared in this very same challenge earlier on in the beginning of the challenge, some of my decks that I've just purchased in 2018 and even talking about some I purchased in 2017. They're making decks huge right now. They're huge. Some of the ones that I got, like the Druid Craft, Oracle, all of the Will Worthington ones, the Druid Craft, the, I have to look, the Plant, Druid Plant Oracle and the Druid Animal Oracle decks are giant cards. They're so big. I don't even know how to shuffle them. They're just so big. Again, here's one. The Wisdom Keepers Oracle. How is somebody supposed to shuffle cards that are this big? I can hardly hold the card in my hand. Look at the size of this card. These cards are as big as my hand. I don't know how you're supposed to shuffle them. So when I look at something like that, I'm thinking, I would like to trim them, but here you see they're already trimmed. This kind I cannot. There's no border at all. But some of them do have a border. I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure if I want to do that or not. But it's something I have to consider. Okay, but other than that, I think one of the reasons I was hesitating about it at all, about trimming a deck, was, to me, the border of a deck acts, well, this one's kind of hard to see. I don't know if I have a better one. Maybe in here. The border of the deck acts as a boundary. Yeah, this is a little better. Here we go. And between the image and your background, where you're putting it. And like I said, I put mine down on, I use a table, but I use a cover on my table. If my cover were patterned, a busy patterned cover, any kind of a cover, this kind of an image would be hard for me to see. I mean, it would really be hard for me to see. But having the white border around it provides a break from the cover itself, the pattern in the cover, or the color, even of the cover, to my cards. I'm not putting them down on a white background. I don't think anybody uses white background. Maybe they do, but so in that case, you have to really look carefully to see into the card, into the image. This one, you know, with the back, with just that little thin border, distinguishes where the card ends from where the tabletop begins, where the cover begins. So to me, it serves a purpose having a border. That being said, I do know there are cards that are, you know, a lot of people say they're trimming their cards because their border is crooked. Well, I never realized, you know, I told you I've had these cards since 1972, my hoi polloi. I'm going to shoot all over the place. And I never noticed it until some of them. Here's the lover's card. This border is twice as thick. The border on the left is twice as thick as the border on the right. You might be able to see that. As is, not all of them are like that, but a lot of them are. Here's the Two of Cups, same way. The border on the left is twice as thick as the border on the right. That drives some people batty. I've showed these cards before. Also, this card, I don't know if you can see it, but this card isn't even square to the card. The image on the card is not even square to the card. Now, I've had people tell me that drives them nuts. But if I were to trim that, it's not even straight. So the card, if I were going to trim it so that it is square to the card, the image is square to the card, it would send my card like that. So the back of it would be looking that way instead of straight up and down. It would be kind of skewed somehow. I don't know. Which I think I would be doing more harm than good. And also, something that has survived from 1972, in my opinion, should not be altered in any way. Should not be altered in any way. Nobody's altering me, and nobody's altering my cards. Okay, so that's pretty straightforward. Now, if it's just about the size of the cards, I'm very tempted with some of these cards. I haven't made a decision, but I'm very tempted to ease in shuffling. Some of them are so hard for me to get my hand around to shuffle. I need to decide if my board, trimming off the border, if that would make any sense. I don't know that it would. So we'll have to see about that. We'll have to see about that. Now, as far as edging goes, I love the edging. Some cards, especially those that are very, very dark, people are edging them with color. That is something I am likely to do sometime. I kind of think that's pretty. Especially with a dark, dark card, I like to have the dark, around the outside, I like to be dark. Or color, I like when they have color, different colors, gem tones particularly. The gilding is okay, some of it's okay. I don't care about that too much, but it's a nice finish on a deck, so that's kind of cool. But that's where I draw the line. As far as writing on a deck, no. And I'll tell you why. I think this is a universal weight in this box here. And I thought I like to have tools for my, for people that I'm trying to help with tarot. And I have these charts up on the wall with some keywords up there. But also, it's basically up there because a lot of time people have to go, what are swords? Oh, what? And I even did in the beginning when I started getting some of these other decks. Like, wait a minute, what are, what is the suit? What is the suit correlating to? Okay, it correlates to pentacles or correlates to wands or whatever. Those are, especially the wands, some of them are really kind of nuts. Also, looking at what the regular numbers are, some cards only have the numbers on them, don't have a word, and some of them are reversed. They have, I think it's strength and justice. Oh, excuse me, that was so rude. I'm so sorry, I'm so tired. Um, I'm not sure. Some of them are mixed up, so I have the chart to see what the numbers are from the Rider Waite. Anyway, somebody said one time, put the keywords on a deck. I bought a Universal Tarot, Universal Waite deck, which is a nice little size to carry with you. But I fell into thinking if I put keywords on here, it would be so nice. It would be helpful to people that I'm reading for. You know, thinking it would be like a learning tool. No, oh no, it's horrible. It makes this busy. First of all, it's a busy front. And again, like this is what I'm talking about. If I want to have this on a cloth on my table, where does the picture end and the cloth begin? Because the words just run right off. Oh, it's crazy. And secondly, I don't like the keywords because it's many keywords that you could even fit on a deck. It's just not enough, right? What can you put on a deck that you think is enough? When did you get enough? When did you get enough keywords? You know, like here, this is the Nine of Pentacles, and what I have written on the Nine of Pentacles: benefits of hard work. Benefits of hard work. Okay. Success or accomplishment. Okay. And in the reversal would be deception. But that's kind of, you see my point? That's kind of, it's just wrong. It's just wrong. I would cut that off if I could. I don't know, maybe I could cut it off. No, I can't cut it off because in some places I wrote so much I even wrote it down on the card. So the only thing I can do with this card is destroy it. Destroy these and get a new card. Get some new cards. Because I like that size too for carrying with me. I bought another one that fits in here. That fits in my pouch. You know, I showed you the other day. That is one kind of a Rider Waite, I'm not sure which. Anyway, so my answer would be, as far as writing on the cards, no. As far as altering the cards, maybe. And as far as gilding the cards, coloring the edges, I think that's kind of pretty. I think that's pretty, and I would absolutely consider doing that. So, I hope that's good enough. I think that was pretty straightforward question. So, I was happy. That was relief. Okay. Okay. Thank you for watching. I'm Rebecca, and I wish you blessings.